So Antonio Cromartie, he's a defensive back for the Jets, formerly of the Chargers.
Yes, thank you for introducing him because I have no idea who he is. But he had an interview with an ESPN reporter, and he was asked to name.
I think it's HBO.
Was it HBO?
Yeah, because he's on. It's the HBO show Hard Knocks, which is they've done it for many years. They go. They have access to a team's training camp, real access.
Oh,
so the practices and the players going out, and it's called Hard Knocks inside the training camp, and that's why they have so much access to the players.
Okay, so he's talking to someone on HBO, and he was asked to list his children.
He has many, many kids.
He has many kids, and people are criticizing him because they think that he's having a hard time.
Read him the headline.
The headline to the story is Antonio Cromartie tries to remember the names of all his kids.
Yeah.
So it's trying to indicate that he doesn't know how many kids he has, and he keeps forgetting them.
Yeah, I heard him on the radio. I heard it on the radio. Him getting people making fun of him. So I think people watch the video and see whether this is fair.
All right.
Hopefully you have to turn, all the aggression on. But as soon as you leave and get home, you got to be that father figure. That husband. Well, what's wrong with your hair? What is going on with your hair? Yeah, Alonzo, who is 5. I have Karis, who is 3. I have my junior, which is 3. I have my daughter, who just turned 3 as of yesterday. I have another son named Tyler. Yeah, so he turns 3 in December.
God, he's got a lot of 3-year-olds.
Daughter that was born October 16th, named London. Another daughter that was born named Leilani, who's 2 years old. And I have my newborn with my wife. Her name is Jersey.
I think somebody's getting heavier and heavier.
I mean, you can object to the fact that he has 6 3-year-olds. And I guess with a number of different women is the story, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if this is true, but there are reports that he's been sued several times by several of the women because he was in trouble for child support payments and things like that. But yeah, it seemed like he knew. I mean, when you have 7 kids, it takes a while to remember.
It was only like 40 seconds, and he named them all. And by the way, what upsets me is he was trying to name them in order. Like he was remembering the birthdays and the year, and he was going in order. When you got 4 3-year-olds who are only partially related to each other, I don't know. It felt maybe uncomfortable. It felt a little racialist. And I don't know. If you had 7 kids and you're 27 years old and you're trying to remember their names in order, I don't think it was in any way an inappropriate length of time. And also what he was obviously doing is trying to remember them in order and give you their ages. And he gave some of their actual birthdays. He knows all his kids. That's obvious.
I just read this real fast. He said it wasn't his fault. He said he's blaming one of the HBO producers because he said the first take he went through all of them easily and he didn't have any problem. There was no memory problems with him. He said they had him do it again. They said he wasn't pausing long enough between each one.
Oh, hell no.
So I think maybe this is what he's saying.
I don't even think he has to explain it. I think do you think there's anything even with what he did is it's ridiculous if you had 7 kids and you're trying to name them in order with their ages?
When I saw that, I stopped. I said, damn. I said, he should never have done this.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I thought. I said, because it makes him look so bad. Because, there's already going to be the first criticism. How you having, I thought it was 8 kids. Maybe it's 7.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a lot.
But yeah, but obviously it wasn't all because his newborn is with his wife now.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, you already are the spotlight is on you because of this.
Right.
It was one of the reasons I think he had off-field issues, and they said that's why he ended up leaving San Diego.
Yeah.
But I said, man, he shouldn't have done this. But I don't know. I mean, then when they tell him to slow down, then he'd probably think I'll slow down, so I'll give their ages and their birthdays. And that's hard to remember.
Yeah,
so I think he did have a problem remembering something in there, but it was probably because of the fact he's trying to go slower and figure a way to make it.
That's an interesting explanation. I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think there's anything to justify in any way. He's seen, I don't know if I guess he's been sued. The whole point is he's trying to support him.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, look, as is so often the case with so many young people, wear a condom.
Right.
And make sure women are on the pill. Use contraception.
According to
but
this,
that's a whole other point. And by the way, or don't, and then pay for all these kids as long as you pay for them. But it seems rather foolish.
He does have 7 children, and according to this, he had 5 paternity suits. So he denied paternity of 5.
Okay, well, I mean, I'd deny it too until you proved it, you know. But then once you prove it, he knows them, he knows their birthdays. It would appear he's taking care of them, which is why he's trying to sign a big contract.
Yeah. I nailed it in the one time before, but then they had to redo it, and they told me just to pause in between each one of the names. And of course, the producer's denying it. And they said HBO people are also denying it. They said everyone was on the scene, and we said it was one take, and that's all it was. But
well,
of course, they're gonna put up their
it's
own
not
side.
that bad. The headlines are way worse than the actual video. I don't think it's that bad. I mean, you're right, JR. It's not flattering, but I don't know. I mean, if you ask, you know, I don't know. I mean, don't you think Carol Brady would have been like, well, let's see, well, Greg, obviously, and then Peter, who was, you know, I mean, whatever. It's not that easy, and they had their own show.